Right, hello, welcome back to the channel. This is Jack Lee Golf. My name is Jack, in case you didn't know. I've got a bit of an admittance to make. Last night this was meant to be the video, but I messed it up. Let me show you what happened. So as you can see, I didn't realise that there was a shadow behind me on my green screen. So yeah, brilliant. But nevertheless, in tonight's video we're talking about a question that I often get asked during lessons, and it is, how far should I hit certain clubs? So without further ado, let's get into it. Right then, this question. I always struggle with this question as a first term pro because my stock answer was, you hit it as far as you hit it. And I didn't really ever explain to those people in depth why they only hit the golf ball a certain distance, so that's what we're going to do in tonight's video. There's quite a lot that goes into maximising how far you can hit that golf ball. A lot of people think that a 7-iron should go a certain distance, and granted that is the case only if you get these impact factors that we're going to talk about tonight correct with a certain amount of speed. Speed, funnily enough, is going to be one of the first things that we talk about. So with swing speed, the higher it is, the more potential you have to hit that golf ball further. That, however, is not the be all and end all. I would argue it's not even the most important factor that goes into hitting a golf club a certain distance. The most important for me is centeredness of strike. Obviously, if you don't hit that golf club at all, if you miss it, it goes 0 yards. How skilled you are at finding the centre of that golf club will determine how far in total you hit that golf shot. Some other factors that we've got is dynamic loft, so that's the loft that you're presenting at impact. There is an optimum for each club in order to gain maximum distance. Angle of attack now, that's hitting down, level, or up on the golf ball from a vertical angle. And we've also got the amount of deflection, so that's how much you're cutting across the golf ball. Obviously, the more that you cut across the golf ball, the more that it deflects, the less chance that that golf ball has got of reaching its potential distance. If you'd like me to go more in depth on any of those that I just spoke about, make sure that you're commenting in the comment section below. Let me know which one you want me to talk about in more depth first. Cheers, back to the video. So what I'm going to do for you now is bring up a couple of charts that just kind of outline how these different factors affect how far that golf ball goes and to what extent. All of these are with a driver, all these numbers that you see. The first column that I'm going to show you is the 80 mile an hour swing speed. So as you can see, if you hit the golf ball with an attack angle of 5 degrees on the up, with an 80 mile an hour swing speed, and the dynamic loft that you present is around 20 degrees, so there are quite a few people out there that probably swing it around about the 80 mile an hour mark and they have a driver which is 9 degrees. Judging by this information, do you think you're going to get maximum distance out of that? I'm going to say no. The furthest you can hit that golf ball, carry wise, with that speed, is 181 yards. Now I see people have a swing speed around about 80 mile an hour and they think they can hit it 250. That's not quite the case. On the flip side of this, so if you're someone that's not efficient with controlling these impact factors, let's say that you hit 5 degrees down on the golf ball, let's say that you present a dynamic loft of 16 degrees, you will only hit it 160 yards on the carry. So two guys with the exact same speed, one who's efficient, who hits up, compared to one guy who hits down, the difference in distance in that carry is 21 yards. That is why it's so pivotal to make sure that you're in control of those impact factors. Let's scroll it up now, let's go to the 110 mile an hour mark. So this is kind of where I see myself. Same kind of scenario. We've got 5 degrees on the up, dynamic loft of around 12.2 degrees, and something that is super important with all these parameters as well, like I said earlier, is the centeredness of strike. So all these numbers are presuming that the strike is centered. We're seeing a carry of 268 yards. Now you guys know from the reviews that I've done that that's roughly where I am at with my numbers. On a poor day, my carry might drop to around about the 245. Oh, would you look at that? So if we're seeing the angle of attack move from 5 up to 5 down, and the dynamic loft change from around 12.2 degrees to 7.5, we see that carry drop to 245. That is a distance loss of 23 yards, again with the exact same swing speed. So hopefully what you can see from this data here is that obviously the faster you swing it, the more potential you have got to hit that golf ball further, but there's also some other factors that depend on how far you hit that golf ball. Two guys can swing the club at the exact same speed, but depending on how much they can control what's happening with that golf club, there might be a 20-yard difference between the two guys. So question being, how far should you hit the golf ball with certain clubs? It depends on how good you are at controlling that golf club. So if you are someone that thinks that you're not quite maximising your potential when it comes to distance, especially with the driver, lessons will soon be available again, so make sure you're contacting me through my information in the description below. As soon as lessons are available, I'll ensure that everyone knows. The people that had bookings prior to the lockdown will get first choice when it comes to booking back in as soon as we're up and ready. Apart from that, I hope you found this video informative. I will look forward to seeing a good few of you out on the golf course tomorrow. It's the first day back at Kingswood tomorrow, so should be very interesting. Make sure you're staying safe if you are playing. And yeah, apart from that, I will see you in the next video. So do the usuals, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.